Hi folks, this is Havala with Have Strategy. I'm so glad you're here today. Today we are going to continue our conversation about the hiring process and how to create raving fan employees in your company so you can create raving fan customers. All right, so the first video we discussed job descriptions and what the importance was of those good job descriptions, why you want to have them clean, why you want to have them specific, and what is it that you want to have them say. You want to have them actually describe the job. That's key number one. So really creating solid job descriptions is going to help you create a solid hiring process. It's the first step. Now, in that process, we put that out there in the world and we share that with everybody and we say, hey, we're looking for this candidate who can do X, Y, or Z, and we need you to be this kind of person, and this is the kind of company we are, and here's what we need. Now, there are three things that I hear are big frustrations and big challenges for my companies that I work with. One of them is what I call inbox overwhelm. Actually, I think some of my customers have actually termed that. But inbox overwhelm really is about getting that onslaught of candidates. It's almost like you dread putting that job description out there because you know you're going to get buried with resumes that are underqualified, unqualified. Like, what rate did you even read the job description when you hit submit? So that creates a huge amount of things. So we're going to talk very briefly for 1 second about putting them on the big job boards. Do that if you need to. If you can, do that. Don't do a one-button submit. Have them come through your applicant tracking system so that they can input something once. They don't have to fill out an application later, and it simplifies the process and creates a better candidate experience. And it will slow anybody down who isn't really serious about applying for that position. So again, it's sort of your first step in narrowing down who are your active candidates, who are really interested in your position. So that's one thing. Good job descriptions will also help to narrow down those people. A really well-written job description helps to keep your inbox overwhelm under control because it tells your ideal candidate who they are and why they should apply, and it tells those non-ideal candidates why they should not apply. So that's part of that job description piece that we talked about in the last video. The next part is you now have all these people in your inbox. How do you determine from the good ones who is really a fit, right? Who is really a fit for you? Well, there's a couple of things, and choosing that right one is based on you being very clear, not only on the position that you want filled, but who you need to fill that position. That will help you narrow it down. The other piece that helps you narrow it down is some qualifier questions. If you just do a couple of like a quick qualifier pre-screen, you can put these in even before you review their resume so that you look at their pre-screen questions and you can tell right away if they're even worth considering. I do this actually with market research too. I have a couple of pre-qualified questions at the top that if they don't answer them in a way that is what I'm looking for or what I need, I know that their information isn't going to benefit my research. So again, it's the same idea with your candidates. You put in a short little pre-screener set of questions, and most job boards, as well as most applicant tracking systems out there, have this ability to put these pre-screener questions in. And they shouldn't be complex. They shouldn't be super selective. They should help you just generally narrow down into that ideal candidate pool versus just everybody who's shopping. And the third thing I see that people really struggle with, the kind of top three challenge, is dealing with candidates that are shoppers. Now, you're going to say, but wait, this has been an interesting year. There's a lot more people in the market than there's been for a long time, and that is true. However, in the 20 plus years that I've been doing this, that doesn't last but a nanosecond, and I really mean that. It seems like it's forever, but it is really a minute and a half at the most in the marketplace that you get any sort of abundance of candidates, particularly in the tech industries. The tech market has been crazy, tight, difficult, hard since I've been in this industry. Since I started in talent acquisition in 97, and I just aged myself in 97, and then have been in the tech industry, the tech space, for over 20 years. So this is always going to be a challenge. You're always going to have the shoppers. So you really need to know who's serious, not to waste your time so you don't waste their time and you don't waste your team's time, because you want to make this easy and a good experience for everybody, not just you and your team, and not just for the candidate, but for everybody involved. So again, the way to deal with those shoppers is you ask a couple of really quick questions. And I personally like the, why are you currently looking for a new opportunity? Or why are you pursuing a new opportunity right now? Caveat: if the person is unemployed, do not ask this question because you know why they're looking for a job. But if the person is currently working and you are very interested in their resume and you would like to extract them, this is a pre-screening conversation or a pre-screening question that you have in that first conversation. Why are you currently pursuing a new opportunity right now? And based on that answer, you'll be able to determine if you want to move forward or not. Another one I like is, what would it take for you to say yes to a new opportunity right now? That's my second question. So the second question is, what would it take for you to say yes to a new opportunity right now? That question should get you what you need to know, if they're even what you're going to be able to offer. It should tell you what to expect when you go into your offer negotiations with them, and it'll let you know how flexible they are in leaving their current company. So those are my two favorite questions for qualifying the shoppers versus the not. So that is kind of how we do a quick and dirty review of these candidates. And so to avoid the inbox overwhelm, we're going to write really good job descriptions that tell our ideal candidates, come work here, and tell our not ideal candidates, probably not yet. We are going to ask some qualifier questions through a screening sheet if possible, or a quick phone screen with your recruiting team to really help sift through who is indeed the right fit for them. Also, we're going to be really clear and intentional before we even open that position and have those resumes come into our inbox, who we want to hire, what we need them to do, but also who we need them to be for our company and for our team. Understanding that helps you quickly alleviate, oh yes, we got all these candidates with great skills, but we know who we want, and that narrows that pool down to a much more manageable number of people. And lastly, to avoid any shopper issues, to avoid anybody who's just kind of seeing if they can get more money or maybe aren't really interested, but just practicing their interview skills. I do know candidates who do that, and that's okay, but who are just out there shopping and not really interested in a job, a new opportunity, asking the two quick questions of, why are you pursuing a new opportunity right now? And what would it take for you to say yes to a new job right now or a new opportunity right now? Those two questions will also help to narrow that pool down before you start the interview process. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening. I'd love to know what your takeaways were. What did you find helpful, insightful, interesting, new? Please leave those in the comments. All our socials are down below so you can reach out. Follow me on LinkedIn. I'm Havila Van Grol on LinkedIn, and that link is also in the comments below. I hope you have a great and wonderful day, and join us next time. We'll be talking about the hiring process. Bye for now.